Hello, happy Monday night. I'm going to invite a few people. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everybody survived their Monday. It's always tough. Or a lot of times it is anyway. Oh, got a couple people on already. Hi there. Hey, Rosemary. Thanks for hopping on. I gotta say, girl, I saw some pictures of you at the beach, and you are looking so relaxed and just glowing and skinny. I am so happy for you. Looks like you're really loving life, and you deserve to. Well, I don't know who else came on. It's hard to, Oh, Cynthia. Hi, Cynthia. I know you're glad to have hubby home. I'm glad he got better and could at least enjoy some of the mission trip. If you all know of anybody that you think might enjoy this. Hey, Barbara. Hello, my friend. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and get started because, as is often the case, there's a 9 o'clock training that I want to attend. And I actually may have to watch the replay of that because I am so beat. I'm so tired. Hi, Jim. So some of you probably know this was the first day of my new job. And I have to say, I was really kind of surprised that I wasn't more nervous about starting my first day, even though I knew nothing about the company. You know, the job is in a part of town that I am not that familiar with. I don't usually go to. It's not like I don't know where it is or anything. And I did a couple dry runs. But I knew that the change was going to be a positive thing because I was so unhappy previously. And I don't know. I believed that I could do what they were asking me to do. I mean, in the interview, I just told them, you know, that I'm not intimidated by hard things. And I kind of was outside my body saying that, but it's true. I'm not. And today I did have butterflies a little bit, I guess like an hour before I left the house and right after I got there. And I'll tell you, there were so many things. My new boss was going down the list of, and then we're working on this, and down the road, I'd really like to see you take this on, and I'd really like to help you. And, you know, and it took 3.5 hours to get me set up on the computer. There was some kind of software issue or technical issue or something. It wasn't a huge thing, and I mean, everybody's been through that, especially if you work for a large company. You know that those things happen. And we were eventually able to get things to the point where I could at least do some of the first day things I was supposed to do. But I'll tell you, by the end of the day, my brain was just so tired. I mean, I was just exhausted. And I ended up actually not leaving the office till about 5:30, because we started later to accommodate the manager traveling. And then because it took a little bit longer with the computer. But anyway, you know, the theme is kind of believe in yourself a little bit more. And like I said, I know I can do hard things. I knew that there were going to be a lot of things I didn't know how to do. I mean, it's a brand new job with a new company in an area I'm not that familiar with. Luckily, they had the exact same copy machine. I was so happy. It copies and faxes and scans all, you can do all of those different functions. And of course it's a different software for the internally with the company, but it's different buttons, but I knew how to make it work. So I could do that the first day when we were copying a bunch of paperwork. And they have Outlook for email. That was wonderful. I do Outlook. I knew that from my past job. And so I was able to get in there and kind of finagle some things around. So, I at least had a minimal comfort level by the end of the day. I felt so welcome, and it's kind of funny because this is a brand new position. And I really am going to get to form what the position looks like. And that's just tremendous. I mean, who gets a chance like that? So, as he was telling me about each thing, I'd like you to do this, and then we're doing this, and I'd like to see you, at least be my backup on this. And I mean, it was some big stuff. And I was like, okay. Because I know I can learn it, Whereas in the past, I think I always would have panicked, like, I don't know how to do that. What am I going to do? I don't know how to do that. And I didn't worry about that. It's like, of course I don't know how to do it. How could I? How could anybody? But I, along the line, have, I guess, gained the confidence that I can learn how to do it. And so that was my little 1% shift in perspective. And I just thought that would be helpful for a lot of people. I have a lot of friends who are going through some big changes in their lives. And I hope that little piece of advice can help you. You don't have to change everything all at once like I did. You don't have to change to a completely different job in a completely different part of town, completely different industry. But if you do, take it 1% at a time. Figure out what you know how to do now and take care of that. And then learn as much as you can, as quickly as you can, and just believe in yourself that you're able to do it. I mean, we've all done hard things. If we have lived as long as we're alive, we've had to do some hard things. So, what's to say that we can't do more hard things and some not so hard things? And it's so worth it. It's going to be worth it in the long run. I see opportunities for myself. I see opportunities down the road for me to help the company and to help my manager, my vice president that I report to. Yeah, it does help to know that people have your back, Rosemary. That made a huge difference, and it was so nice. All the messages I got this morning wishing me well on my first day. It really made me feel really good about the decision, and to know that I had, was being sent off with everybody's good wishes. So, I've talked before about the 1% changes, and so that's how I'm going to approach this job. I'm going to try to learn as much as I can each day. I'm not going to try to learn everything in one day. I'm going to try to learn something new to master it and then move on to the next thing, and give myself permission, to not have to know everything right out of the gate. That's certainly not the expectation, but there's definitely a need for someone who can hit the ground running. And I've committed to do that. I committed to do that in the interview. And I've just committed to myself to do it for myself, but also to help them. I really believe in the principles of this company. And I really, really like the integrity of the people who I will be reporting to. So no matter what you're doing, if you're starting college, if you're starting a new job, if you're getting married, if you're, whatever you're doing, that's hard, that takes commitment, that takes effort, that takes energy. Believe that, you've got what it takes to get through. You can push through it if you give yourself a break and if you surround yourself with people who you know have your back. It makes all the difference in the world. So, oh, thanks, Barbara. I'm really happy too. I came home really happy, really believing that I've made the right decision. Even knowing that I'm going to be pretty uncomfortable for a while. Not like my old job where I could, just kind of hang out like I was in my own living room. And I had that familiarity too with the coworkers. We were more like family. And it will get that way with this job with time. I know that. And I know that once I get more familiar, I'll be able to set the tone and set the pace for myself. And, as my knowledge grows, though, I have a feeling they're going to be giving me more and more responsibility, which I really like because I do love learning new things. I'm a lifelong learner. I've taken more college courses and classes and seminars, and I always want to be learning new things. And so this is going to be a real opportunity to do that. That's really about all I had to say. I just kept thinking all day that, I'm so glad I'm not scared. I'm so glad I'm not nervous. I have they do a really great job of onboarding. So I have 2 pages of email addresses and phone numbers. If you have a question about this, call this person. If you have a question about that, call that person. And really, that's all you need. I'm not afraid to ask questions. They don't expect that a brand new employee is going to know everything. And there are 13,000 employees in the company from all over the world. So they are really skilled at what they're doing with the onboarding process, which I was grateful for. It was very organized, set up very well, came off without a hitch. I got 2 emails ahead of actually starting, and then my boss called me Friday to ask me if I had any questions. So I did walk in with a feeling of being supported and of they know what they're doing, which is always a good feeling. So I didn't have to figure everything out on my own. So anyway, well, thanks everybody for hopping on, and thanks for all your encouragement and support on this journey to get to day 1. It was the right decision, and I feel like I'm going to really thrive in this situation, and I look forward to the adventure ahead and to making those 1% changes every day, because I can do hard stuff, and so can you. So please, please, my dear friends, believe in yourself a little bit more today. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm going to wash my face and go to bed. You all have a great rest of the night. Have a great week. And I will talk to you next Monday.